we really came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought about a business when I was back home.
Right.
So,
right.
like,
Me either.
And that's why I say, you know, be careful who you surround yourself with. I got, man, and all my homeboys pretty much business entrepreneurs.
Same.
And the crazy part is, like, I was the last one. You know what I'm saying? But they never looked down on me.
Right.
They always try to pick me up, and they always told me this. They said, man, get out of that working for somebody mentality.
It's the Highest Point Podcast.
More than a pod, it's a lifestyle.
Yo. Welcome to the Highest Point Podcast. This is a podcast for everyone, no matter where you're from, no matter what you've been through. You know you deserve the best and willing to put in the work for progress to reach the highest point. And today we got a very, very special guest in the building. This is the business special today. You heard? Like, this man, he done grew his business from the ground all the way up. I done seen his work that he been putting in, and it's just, I just thought it was super dope. So I had to have him on the show, you know what I'm saying? He got the gear on, was it C&J Towing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those jobs, you don't realize how important it is until you need them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, once it get real, like, yo, I need it. Like, I need it right now. Like, what's somebody at? You be talking all this shit. Yo, it's taking them so long.
Right.
Where they at? So what's good with you, Chris? How you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Yes, sir, man. Like, I've been ready to have you on because I had so many questions. But one thing we like to highlight on this show is about the journey of all the the entrepreneurs, because that's what you are. You're an entrepreneur, a businessman. A lot of times people always see the end result, but they don't know what happened in that process to get where the people at. And we know it's not an easy process. So, we got to enlighten people about, the journey. So how did you get into the whole trucking business?
So how I started was I was working at a job, and I was pretty much ready to get out of it. But I didn't know what I wanted to do.
So it was a regular job?
Yeah, just a regular state job. Didn't really, like I said, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I said I was just going to keep on working. So eventually, you know me, I love Honda Accords.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a Honda Accord that I was wanting to get rid of and trying to upgrade. So I said, well, let me go on Craigslist. So I went on Craigslist and got on Craigslist and started looking for a Honda Accord. But on Craigslist, I seen a flatbed tow truck. And then when I saw that tow truck, I was like, is that God trying to tell me something?
Oh.
And I was like, I looked at the price. I was like, well, it's not that expensive, because I'm thinking trucking, it's going to be expensive. So I was like, something got to be wrong with it.
Right.
So it was late that night, so I didn't want to hit the guy up about it or whatever. So what I did was I just kept that post, saved it, and I went to bed that night. And before I went to bed, I prayed about that tow truck. I was like, is this something coming from you, God? Is you trying to tell me something? And most of the time I tell people this story that ask me the same thing about my journey. They think I'm lying, but I actually had a dream that night. And the dream came up where I had a tow truck. I actually had a fleet, and I had like a storage lot in the back, and I had like a car dealership in the front. And that's how it showed up.
And you seen that in your dream?
I seen that in my dream.
Yo, that's, what I think? I think that was a premonition.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dream.
Right.
And if y'all don't know what a premonition is, that's like seeing the future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's amazing. But go ahead, continue.
So the next morning when I got up, I called my uncle. He always, giving me guidance and whatnot, and he's very spiritual. So I told him everything that happened. He said, the crazy part about it is he didn't say a dream. He said he saw a vision about a tow truck. So I was like, this is crazy. So then I was like, well, I didn't want to put all my money into it, and I don't know about the business. So I did a little research, whatever. So my first thought was, I didn't want to be like one of them repo guys. I wanted to just do roadside assistance. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be the one that helped people, not have a frown on people's face when they come see you. So what I did was I looked up how much the insurance would be, and my uncle helped me get my first truck.
Word.
So when we got the first truck, of course something was wrong with it.
Yeah.
So we had to put a transmission in there.
Okay.
So I basically put a transmission in the truck, and to all the guys that want to start a business, always get your contract set up before you go out there and get a truck. So we paying insurance on a truck, and we have to pay maintenance, but I ain't had no work.
Now, what you mean by get your contracts right before work? Can you break that down? What you mean?
So basically, if I had to do it all over again, I think I would try to set up some kind of contract with like roadside assistance, like AAA and Ajero, Swoop, any contractor like IA. That's just to name a few. But yeah, get your name out there first.
Oh, okay. So independent. So you like an independent contractor, like, and you can connect with like a big business like AAA. Someone called AAA. You can show up.
Yep.
Yo, I didn't realize that. I thought they all had to be like workers of AAA.
Yep.
Dang.
So you saying about the contracts? How would you set that up beforehand, though? You get what I'm saying? Because I would imagine that you need the truck and proof of insurance before you could even submit your company to be considered.
Yeah, that is true. But what I mean by like, I took a big step as just going straight out there, just towing. A lot of guys that do it, they get a little pickup truck, and you don't really need commercial insurance for a pickup truck, and they do like roadside assistance out of a pickup truck to build the revenue, and then
take the next step.
Right.
Gotcha.
Whew, I'm feeling real fresh and clean, man. Real fresh and clean now.
Come on,
You know what I'm saying? It's about to be springtime. You know what I'm saying? I had to go ahead and get some extra weight off me.
What you talking about?
I had to go ahead and cut off some of those pube hairs out the way. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be warm now. I can't be walking around here with all this extra weight, man.
Oh, man, it's going to heat up. It's going to be too hot for all that.
Yeah, for real. Like, yo, with the lawnmower 4.0, yo, you can go ahead and shave the junk in the shower. It's water resistant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like real smooth. You know what I'm saying? Prevent nicks and all types of stuff. Like, it's the way to go. And man, you got to make sure you're groomed or you are
doomed.
Straight like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, support for the Highest Point podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer. Get 20% off and free worldwide shipping using the code THP at manscaped.com. If my math correct, that's over 8 million balls, people.
A lot of clean balls.
A lot of clean balls, man.
So you got to learn how the business run before you actually step right all the way out there into it. That's the only difference I think I would have made. But yeah, when I got that first truck, I wasn't getting no business. I had my name out there. I was posting on Facebook. I was posting on all kinds of social media, putting it on Craigslist, everything, and I couldn't get no business. And I was wondering why.
Right.
So I went back to where I started. I was like, well, let me pray about it.
Yeah.
So started praying about it, and I wasn't really getting a direct answer, but people just kept coming to me and saying, "Don't give up."
Right.
So, and I remember, that was my grandma's last words to me before she died. She was like, whatever you do, don't never give up. Whatever you start, make sure you finish.
Right.
So I went to church. It was one New Year's Eve. Everybody was going out partying. I decided to go to church.
Right.
So when I went to church, the pastor said, sow into whatever you want to grow. So when he said that, I usually don't do this. I always sow seeds. So I sold for my personal. And then even though my business never made a dime,
right,
I took out of my my personal, and I put in my business. I said, "This is from my business." I even put the business name at the time. So that very same week, I got a call from a dealership over in Durham, and the dude name was Joe, and he was like, I seen an ad on Craigslist. He said, I was wondering how much you charged to tow a car, and I really didn't know.
Right.
So I was like,
my first call, bud.
Right. I said, he said, and I couldn't really give him an answer. And he was like, well, my old guy, he's going out of business, and I was looking for a new guy. So he was like, how about $60 per car? And I was like, okay. He said, you think you can handle that? So at the time, I'm so excited.
Right.
And the crazy part is there's no money. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, hey, I'm basically doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? But I was so excited, and I was like,
he could tell.
Right. And I was like, well, maybe this is a start to something, and then it'll add some more business.
Yeah.
Which it did, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I started off, and I started towing for him $6 per car, and then which that truck only could tow one car. So I was towing from Clayton from the auction in Clayton all the way to Durham for $60.
Oh,
$60.
that's the gas right there.
So I was like, man, this is crazy. I was asking him, you know, could I do a little bit more?
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, nah, because I probably could find somebody that can actually do it. So I was like, I stuck with it. And then he was like, well, I'll bring you some more business. So he knew another dealer.
Okay.
So I started towing for him too.
Okay.
So then, first of all, the business at that time was named C&J Towing.
Oh, okay.
So the thing about that was, like, I was doing all the work. Like, when I say all the work, when the truck went down, I had to be there. When towing, I had to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really no contribution from the other half. So I went to the gym one day, and this is how I got the name C&J.
Okay.
I went to the gym one day, and I was playing ball, and my uncle he came from home from Indiana, and he happened to be with me. And we got back out there because I drove the tow truck that day because I wanted him to see what I was doing.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, man, I'm very proud of you. And time we got in the truck after leaving the gym, we was about to go pick up a car. Matter of fact, for Joe. And the truck wouldn't start. So I was like, this is crazy. So a dude named Turbo, he was one of the guys I play ball with. He came out and he said, man, what you got going on? I said, man, the truck won't start, blah, blah, blah. So he looked under the hood and he got the truck cranked right up.
Immediately.
Like, you know, almost with no tools.
Right.
Like,
Oh, man.
I said, what the word did
This
you
boy
do?
is a magician, boy.
I said, what did you do that I couldn't?
He opened the hood and sprinkled a little magic in there.
Right.
Hey.
So as we, me and my uncle would go to the auction, pick up the car for Joe. Me and my uncle talking. He was like, man, that's your partner. I said, what you mean? He said, that's your business partner. I said, how you know? He said, trust me, that's your business partner.
So this is not the uncle that helped you go in with the truck?
No, this is a whole different uncle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I asked, when I got back around, I was like, man, because I knew it was a load for myself to do by myself. I said, man, what you think about towing? And he was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because he had his full-time job. So he was like, he was good. And I was like, okay. So I talked to my uncle again. He was like, man, it's the way you present it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to let him see the same vision that you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to let him know that you going to be in it 100.
Right.
He said, I can already tell whatever he do, he's going to be all in. And he said, it didn't even have nothing to do with him coming out there helping you start the truck.
Mm-hmm.
He said that's only partial. He was like, I watched him play basketball.
Mm.
And I always told people, you know, we used to play ball all the time. You can really tell about a person the way they play basketball. You can tell what kind of person they are.
Right. Break it down, though. What you mean?
Because, for example, if you, in most cases, if you have a person that's selfish and won't pass the ball,
He going somewhere with this.
more than likely they're selfish in real life.
Ball hog.
I done seen it before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I done played all over Raleigh.
Right.
So I done seen it, and I look at these guys. Or let's say you have a person that it's a difference between having confidence and being cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got a person out there that just know or just showing that he's the shit. You know what I'm saying? So like you could tell what kind of person that person is outside. You know what I'm saying? And they might come to the gym. As far as coming to the gym, they might come in like that's where they got to float their ego,
Right.
Because they don't get it outside. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So who would you compare him to in the league? Like if you could, okay, this is how his personality is shown in the league. If he was somebody, you know what I'm saying?
What player fits him?
Now we know he ain't that nice, but like
we'll say he's like a. And I don't know him. I know he's from Raleigh, but I don't know him personally. I had to go with PJ Tucker because, like, Turbo is more like a mad dog on the court. And he's a defensive guy on the court.
I see where you're going.
And he can score. You know what I'm saying? But he don't. And he has that attitude where you're not going to run over him.
Right.
So, you know, and I balance it, and I'll go over that in a minute, but our balance works out. You know, especially when it comes to customers and employees, because I'm more laid back.
Right.
He's more like, oh no, we ain't letting this ride. You know what I'm saying? So
he like a dog on the court.
Right. So like, and he has a good heart. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I done seen, you know, PJ out. So I know that, you know, he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the same with my partner. So that's why I use that comparison.
Salute. What's the J? What's his name?
His name is James.
Salute to you, James.
What up?
And I know. I mean, I've been knowing Chris for a minute, and I know he's somebody that can tell someone's character. You know what I'm saying? And most of the laid back people that usually watch and analyze anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he always had a pretty much good judgment of character. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's what's up.
Yeah. So. First he told me no, so then weeks later, after I talked to my uncle, I said I was gonna give him some time, you know, to even think about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to, you know, pressure nobody.
Right.
So talked to him again, and he was like, "Well, I'll think about it." I said, "Well, that's better than no."
Yeah. So how did that conversation start though? Like, what was your different approach the second time?
So I told him to ride with me. So we riding in the tow truck.
Yeah.
So we dropping the car off, and I was like, "Yeah, man, you know, this will be good." You know what I'm saying? So then it went from riding with me, and then one night I had to because I was on night shift. I was still working my job. So then I told him, I said, "Man, how about this? I got a tow that I need to get done, but I got to go to work." I said, "Can you do it for me?" So then that's when he started, you know, towing, you know, helping me out.
Yeah.
Right.
And he really didn't ask for anything. Even when I tried to pay him, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't, you know, he was just trying to get me, you know, to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
He trying to look out for you.
Right. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Most people would be looking,
of course.
Yeah, I need, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't even like that. So then it went from that. So then I was like, how do you like it? He said, "Man, I'm going to tell you the truth." He said, "That tow truck ain't worth a damn." Yeah, he said that tow truck ain't worth. He said, "Boy, you need to get rid of that thing."
Damn.
And he didn't like Fords, man. That's what it was, an old Ford, man.
Dang.
So, because I used to park it at his house. Because I was like, well, after I'm done with it, he might need to use it.
Right.
So, because he'd be helping me out, whatever. So then. One day we just happened to be playing ball again, and we just revisited the conversation. I remember we was at Bojangles. And I said, "Man, did you get a chance to think about it?" He said, "Well, yeah. And he said, I would do it under one condition. And I said, what's that? He said, and this is when I have the most respect for him. He said, if we did it, we'll start completely over. I said, what you mean? He said, new name, new truck, new everything. I said, oh, wow. So what I did was I put the truck for sale on Craigslist. So once I put it on sale, nobody was hitting me up. So eventually a guy was coming from like the Wilmington area, and he was going to Greensboro, and he was going to pick up 2 cars. He was doing the transport thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So he said on the way he had seen it on Craigslist. So he stopped by from Wilmington, coming to Greensboro. He stopped by to look at the truck.
Okay.
So I looked. He looked at it. He said, "Man, I can't give you what you want, but I'll give you close." I was like, "Okay," and I ain't know whether he was playing or not. So he said, "I'm gonna call you tomorrow." I said, "Okay." And he called later on that night.
Okay.
He said, "I'm coming back and get that truck." He said, "I done thought about it. I'm coming back and get that truck." So when he came back, sure enough, he got the truck. And so what I did was the money that my uncle had helped me with, I just went on and gave him his back.
Right.
So he have no, say so how I move or whatever.
Alleviate the problems that
Right.
could be.
That's a smart move.
Yeah.
That's a smart move. You got to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I took my money that I had left, and I said, all right, let's go get a tow truck. And then he said, well, do you know where one is? I said, yeah, I know where International is. And then he was like, well, let's go look at it. So we went and looked at it, and then that's when we got our first truck. Yep. And then it was the same thing. Like when we got into business, like things was very slow. We eventually used Google to our advantage. And somebody set up where like our name would pop up and people would just call. So we was just doing commercial calls at first, but it wasn't enough, revenue to keep us going. Eventually, it's another guy we hoop with. It's the basketball is like a network. It's like connections. So we in there hooping one day, and he was like, this dude named Marcus. He was like, man, I do roadside assistance for AAA. I said, for real? And he was like, yeah, man. I've been doing it for a while. I said, oh wow. And then he said, well, would y'all like to put a tow truck on AAA? I said, of course, but I said when I looked at it and when I looked it up, I said you got to have a fleet to get on with AAA. So he was like, well, I know. He said I got the field manager personal number. I said, oh, okay. So a lot of times you don't believe what you hear. A lot of times, but he said, I'm gonna see if he need a tow truck, and then he hit the field manager, and the field manager said, yeah, I do need a tow truck. And he said, well, I'm coming to town on Friday. Can I meet you? So met the field manager for AAA. And we talked, and like that day, we had a contract with AAA.
Come on now.
That's how good.
You would have had the old ass truck. You wouldn't have got that contract, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's all that stuff happened for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like, buddy finally got on the hook, but gave you like a stipulation. You agree with his vision. Y'all went through that same stage. But once you like that idea of getting rid of that truck and starting off new, it was to set you up for your next blessing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like all this stuff, and you just got to listen to your intuition, your God. If you're a believer out there, I know we're believers, but all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, matters. It builds off of each other. And that guy that bought the old truck, do you know if that was his first truck or not?
Nah, that wasn't his first truck, but that's the thing he do. He just fix up stuff. He probably was just towing in the yard or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a good truck. Like, we from Burger T. Yeah. That probably would have been a perfect truck for down there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So if, like, for Raleigh, Greensboro, or something like that, if you're going to be wearing and tearing on it every day.
Right.
That ain't it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we talked to the field manager, got the contract, and he said, the only thing I want you to do is have the correct insurance to tow for AAA. So we had to up our insurance, of course.
Oh yeah.
I know about that. So once we did that, we was on. And basically, I mean, it went from there, basically, man, because once we got all our other contracts, once they seen, because you got to put a reference now. And once they seen that we told for AAA, that opened the door for us.
You better believe it.
It's like the floodgates opened in, right?
Yeah. I was like, this is where it's at. So of course we started off with one truck. That truck brought another truck. And I always tell people, man, whatever you do, don't spend your money in when it comes to business. Put it back into the business, let it grow and let it build and let it buy another truck. Buy a building, buy property. You know what I'm saying? Don't overplay it and try to like spend your money. You can't mix your money with the business money. Right. It's never gonna work.
Yo, that's so important. Like that's like business 101, and that's why we feel it's so important to have guys like you on this show. I mean, because it's not alone we want to promote what you got on, because what you got going on is great. And people should use C&J services because it's like one of the best services there is out there in the whole Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro, Winston, Charlotte, wherever you want to go. You need to hit them up because it's like you can tell the story is genuine. Right. You know, someone that started from that bottom and off a whim. You know what I'm saying? Like he saw a post on Craigslist. Like, dang, is this a sign?
So he wasn't even looking for it.
Won't even looking for it. And a lot of times, like our destiny, we don't be looking for, we stumble on it. You know what I'm saying? So like you stumbled on that, but you didn't stop. Although so many people would have stopped in those beginning phases. You're like, oh, you know, as soon as you ran into a little wall or something or a speed bump, oh, I guess this wasn't my destiny. Right. It wasn't meant to be.
And if I told you how many transmission I put in that first truck, you'd be like, dang, I would have gave up the first time.
You had to put in more than one?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
So you got to listen to that, people. You got to still stick to your vision. You know what I'm saying? To stick to it. You just, the possibilities are endless. And now he got multiple trucks.
How many you got now total?
Well, we got 5 tow trucks and 5 light service vehicles.
5 what service?
Light service vehicles.
What is that? Because I'm not familiar.
Oh, like light, like as in not heavy?
Yeah, so like when I say light service vehicle, that means they only can do like lockouts, fuel deliveries, tire changes, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So like, we don't want to stop the tow truck to do what a light service person can do. So we'll send a light service person to do a lockout.
Right.
Got you.
Yeah.
Right.
And I imagine y'all stay pretty busy out that way, man, especially like in the Triangle area.
Yes.
So them motherfuckers cannot drive, man. I remember I was coming from New Bern in my my semi truck, and you know the traffic slow down where they doing that construction on 40 after 70.
Yep.
I'm going like 5 miles per hour. All I hear is brakes. Like, man, this bitch done hit my truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, and then she hit the what's them things on the side?
The rail?
The concrete joints. You know what I'm talking about?
I know
she
what
hit them
you're
shits,
talking-
but
I know exactly.
hit it, flipped up in the air. That
Oh
shit
my
spent.
God.
She landed on top of it. I was like, God damn.
You get out and help her?
I got out and filmed her saying, I apologize. It was my fault.
Oh, man.
What?
I got the video on my phone still.
Why would you say it's your fault?
She said that.
Oh,
I got her saying that.
okay.
I recorded her saying that just in case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, did she see the phone?
I don't know. It don't matter.
But so you ain't had it up like this?
Hell no. I had it like this. You know what I'm saying? Hell
Smart.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
So,
that's
but yeah, I imagine that y'all would have a lot of business because there's always accidents out
Yeah,
there.
man, it stays so busy, man. You cannot imagine how many people get locked out of vehicle, flat tires, fuel deliveries. Like, you would think it'd be common sense to go to the gas station, but you know,
fuel delivery. So like someone run out of gas on the highway.
Yeah.
They stuck
You
on the
need-
side of the road. Yep.
Yeah.
Dang.
so we do it all, and we just suspended the last part of last year. We just suspended to Charlotte.
Oh, that's
Yo, congrats, man.
Appreciate it, man. So in Charlotte, we just do light service. We don't do no towing up there yet. We just trying to get a feel for it before we, jump out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like 10 vehicles under your umbrella already.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's so dope, man. Like I didn't even realize y'all scaled it up that high.
Yeah,
I mean, like this is something that's major. Like what you got going, bro. It's super inspirational too because there's so many people out there that's thinking about or wanting to do something. Now, did you need to have a degree to do this particular job you're doing?
Nah, and I know T. I know he got his CDL. Most people don't even know if the weight is under 26,000. You don't even need a CDL, and tow truck is under 26,000. So,
so anybody really can do it, as long as they're willing to do it.
Right now, if you get a tow truck that's over, because there is some tow trucks out there that's over, you do need a CDL.
Right,
but like I don't even have a CDL, so yeah, you don't. Now my partner. He was driving 18-wheelers, so he got a CDL.
Right.
So when we expand to get that big boy, and
that's gonna bring you a lot of money too. Yeah. Because it's a lot of trucks.
So you be calling me.
Right. You better give me a discount. Listen, them must be raping me. Yeah. Man, I got a tire put on one time. That shit was like $900.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was like, damn. I had to do me like that.
I actually had one of my tow trucks go down on a tire went flat, and it was dude told us $600. We said don't worry about it. We told the driver we got somebody coming to get you. We would get the truck in the morning,
right?
And we came out here and changed the tire ourselves. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's costly, man.
Yeah. And they'll definitely tax you now. Yes. They'll definitely tax you, but it's people, they are able to tax you because they know like what else you gonna do.
What else can you do? You there.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I wanted to be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, especially for us, I want to look out, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
As growing up, man, I seen people on the side of the road and, you wanted to help them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then I always grew up trying to help people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even as a kid.
I recall that, like, it's true. That's facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Even as a kid, like, I was a part of the junior fire department. You know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to be a part of something that's helping people. So,
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I guess, for the people that's out there looking, man, try to find your calling, man, because sometimes it's not about you, it's about other people. You know what I'm saying? It is a business. Yeah, we do it to make money, but it's a bigger picture behind it. And then the other side of it, like, I got some young boys that work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I could tell, not being judgmental, I could tell what kind of life they live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But getting them out the streets. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Like you after you work for us all day and day, you're going to be too tired to go outside. It ain't no we outside.
Right. I'm in the house.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I was up here messing with C&J's, working all week, all day.
Yeah, man.
But and trying to, discipline them and, showing the right way. Because a lot of them, like I was telling you earlier, I got, one guy that, out there, now he got his own towing business. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I want people to benefit off this and not just be the business. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So how did him get in the business make you feel? Did it feel like, when he got that business, did you feel like there was a competition now? Or did you feel like, okay, that's great. That's what I wanted someone to see.
So the crazy part about it is me and him are friends. So a lot of people came to me asking me, oh man, that's messed up, man. How do you feel? Blah, blah, blah. Don't you feel messed up? And the crazy part is this is the response I gave to him. I said, trust me, I already knew. I said, me and him already had a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I told him, even when he was working for me, I could tell how smart he was. Because like when he was working with us, he started off as a regular employee. He worked up where he was managing the guys. When me and my partner couldn't be around, he was managing the guys. He was in charge. So then it went from there to him saying, okay, he was tired working his full-time job. So after that, I was like, well, man, you need to, even if you don't do towing, I said, you need to find something that can benefit you. He has 2 boys or whatever. I said, you want something that you can pass on. Right. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Passing on to the next generation. Yeah. And, you asked me earlier, did I have any kids? No, I don't have kids, but
Right.
it's still family out there, that I can leave things to.
It ain't too late. I just had my first biological child, bro. We
Yeah.
the same age.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all boys late with it, boy. I'm going on 4. You know what I'm saying?
I keep missing.
Boy, them tadpoles ain't swimming. But yeah. That generational thing, man, is so important, man. Like, that's that big picture. Like, we can't just get caught up in the moment. A lot of time, us as young men, we do get caught up in the moment right now. But like, you got to understand, just like when you were saying putting back into the business, you know what I'm saying? We got to, put back into, where we want for our futures.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, securing the future. Don't just get caught up in now. You got to understand, like, hey, man, when we get older, we ain't gonna be able to be moving around like we're doing right now. So we need to have like some bread, some cushion for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we got to think big. And like, so your story is super inspiring, man. It's so real. So I'm just glad you came through and shared it with us. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And did you learn all that stuff on the whim? As far as becoming like business savvy?
Yeah. I basically, kind of like on the whim, and even the working aspect, because you can't. I don't see too many people that can go out there and just operate a tow truck.
I imagine that would be difficult.
Yeah, and especially messing up somebody's car, and especially making sure that thing is strapped down so it won't come
Fall
off the
off
truck
and kill everybody on the highway.
Right.
Yeah. And you started working from the state, so you're doing a state job.
Right.
He left a state job, people. You know what I'm saying? And started something that he had no idea where it was going to go. You won't make nowhere near the amount of money at the beginning towing than compared to what you was getting at the state, right?
Right.
But that was a sacrifice. Right. Literally nothing.
Yeah.
And then, like, I wanted to ask you, because, you told me about, he a baller or whatever, I don't, he done pulled his Achilles or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He done snapped that daggone Achilles.
Dang.
How long were you out of work then?
Man, I was out of work for at least 6 months. I couldn't even
Half the year.
Yeah, half of the year. I mean, but that's another thing about my partner, man. He held things down when I was down. You know what I'm saying? And trying to take care of me, because he the one took me to get surgery.
Dang.
So, so like
He's solid, yo.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. A1, man, for real.
Yeah. That's what's up. Like, because 6 months, you know what 6 months away from work can do to people?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Total devastation.
Devastation.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, and the fact that, but all that work you done to lay that whole foundation, you was prepared for that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, him putting money back into the business instead of, hey, I just made this, so I'm going to just spend it all. I'm going to spend 80% of it, something like that. Put it back into business. But so when that 6 months, you know what I'm saying, hiatus came, you could be able to keep and stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? And keep going forward. And that's why it's so important. Everybody got to really, really pay attention to these type of things, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause we just started this thing. We got to take heed as well.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And I'm very, man, when I saw y'all was doing this, man, I was up for joy, because, like, y'all from where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can really relate just off that. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, we really came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to learn this new lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because, we would have never learned this back home. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we had to pick up real fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
And that was the other thing you was asking me about business savvy. Like I never thought about a business when I was back home.
Right.
So
Right.
like,
Me either.
Me either.
and that's why I say, be careful who you surround yourself with. I got man, and all my homeboys pretty much business entrepreneurs.
Same.
And the crazy part is, like, I was the last one. You know what I'm saying? But they never looked down on me.
Right.
They always try to pick me up, and they always told me this. They said, "Man, get out of that working for somebody mentality."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had so one of the guys I mess with up there, he's like, I met him at state, but he was a lot older than me. So he was playing ball, and then one day he just came to me. He was like, "Man, you trying to make some extra bread?" And you know,
I ain't telling you to sell no drugs, is it?
That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. I was like, hold up.
He was trying to put you on OnlyFans?
Right. I ain't trying to get kicked out of state. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, yeah, you trying to make some ass bread? I said, nah, I'm good. Because that's the first thing I thought about. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that.
I said, nah, I'm good. So then a couple weeks later, he came back and he said, nah, man, for real, you trying to make some extra bread? I said, man, what you got going on, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, nah, man, you know, I get so tied up. I was like, man, he was like, can you help me sell these cars? So my thing was like, where the hell you getting these cars from? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's a good question.
You still need cars, you know what I'm saying? Right. So he was like, nah, man, it's legit. So I was like, man, all right, whatever. So then I actually started working for him. Mm-hmm. And this is why I was in college.
Yeah.
So I started learning things. And then crazy part is he could trust me to like test out a car and make sure it's good and basically post the stuff on social media. So I guess that's kind of where he was kind of like a mentor because he kind of like guided me to not always working for somebody. Because even to this day, I mean, before I got here, I just had a conversation with him about business. You know what I'm saying? Like, he still guides me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And he still, like, he'd be like, man, you're moving too slow. He said, boy, you should have had another truck by now.
Uh-oh.
Come
you
on.
know what I'm saying? Like, he said, man, you can't take that money with you, man. You got to do this, you got to do that. But, like, he's like that. He's like that business father for me.
Yeah, and you got to have one of them in your corner. I got a couple.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, that really guided me. Like a lot of mistakes I would have made, I didn't make. You know what I'm saying? Because of them forewarning me, like, yo, you should do this like this, not like this, because of this outcome.
And that's good to have because I can tell that you are humble to receive it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be like, oh, no, you don't tell me how to run my joint. You know
exactly.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people like that.
Yeah, so like you got to receive that thing humbly, man, and not
appreciate the information.
Yeah,
because they didn't have to give it to you.
Exactly.
Right, you know
if someone trying to offer you something,
a lot of people won't give it to you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't give you the recipe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you ain't never lied.
That same orange tow truck, I had to get it towed, and when I got it towed, a black guy towed it. So when he towed it, I was like, I seen his thing on the side. It said AAA. So I asked him, I said, yo, man, you tow for AAA? He said, yeah, man. He was like, yeah, man, I'll help you get on, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right. So he literally towed my tow truck probably not even 500 yards. It was like really, all he had to do is tow it like across the street. Because that's the time the transmission went out on. So I couldn't move it.
Right.
So he charged me $90 just for that little 500 yards
across the street.
Across the street, bro. So then I said, man, I see that you got your own thing going on. I was like, man, I'm trying to get on, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, man, call me. Gave me his personal number. Call me. I called him. Didn't answer. Text him. Didn't answer. Kept calling, you know, and then trying not to be aggravating, but trying not to give up at the same time.
Right.
So then I was like, you know what? He don't even want to be bothered. And then the crazy part is one of his employees came over there and started working for us. And then he gave me the real story about him, you know, how he gets down. And I was like, yo, that's shady. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't want to put me on, don't even present it.
Don't sell me no dream.
Yeah, don't present it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather for you just hold it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And be honest with your intentions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to give me nothing, don't give me nothing there.
Anybody that want to get on or whatever, you know, I don't mind sharing anything because I feel like I can't tow every car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's enough business out here for everybody.
Yeah, I can't help everybody that's on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, man, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So how you feel about the rise in fuel prices?
So the rise in fuel prices,
because that shit been jumping this last week, boy.
I just filled mine up to $84.73.
Ain't gonna lie, our prices just went up.
Okay,
you got to.
I didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, I hate it. You know, for my members, my like people that always call. You know, of course, I'm gonna still look out for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do the best you can.
Yeah, my regulars. You know what I'm saying? But at the same day, at the end of the day, it's a business. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing personal.
Right. Yeah. And we got to always understand that too. You know, like, yo, this is a business. So don't try to beat somebody over the head, like try to take advantage of someone's kindness, because, hey, they still got to eat at the end of the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you want them to service you, but you want to disservice them.
Right.
That's not how it should work.
And that's what I tell members, like, you know, like, if you got one of my guys coming out there and it's a AAA call, you didn't even have to pay for the service. The least you could do is you could tip that guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he out there servicing you in a dangerous environment on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very dangerous. Like,
I never thought about that, though.
Yeah, because, you know, we tip our waitresses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I never thought about that, bro.
Like you said, it's a service. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's pretty much the same thing. So, like, most people think, because, like, when you think about roadside assistance, we as a business don't get paid that great.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So you can imagine what my employees go through.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's why I say, you know, anytime I know I'm not near my truck and I get broke down, I'm gonna make sure that person is good. You know what I'm saying?
That's something to think about, man, because I have never tipped a tow man that came and picked me up. I'm going to keep it real.
Me either. I never thought about it.
I never thought about it, because I'm thinking like, yo, you can pay through AAA. Yo, you good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be straight.
Yeah, they don't pay that great, Brady.
Got you.
I keep that in mind. Next time I'll tip.
Yeah. And a lot of people, y'all let us know in the comments. Have you ever, you know what I'm saying, tipped the tow truck driver? Now, are you willing to do it after this episode? Hit my guy Chris up and let him see what y'all got to say about that.
He gonna inform us.
Right.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta take care of people, man. You know, I'm a very honest guy. So
Yeah,
definitely.
Dang, that's so crazy, man. Like that's what's up though. Like this whole thing has been super dope, man. How can people like find your trucking business if they need some services? Do they just call AAA and they hope that they hit you up? Like,
no, they can actually call us directly, 984-244-0240, and just tell the dispatcher to answer the phone that they're a AAA member and they just need roadside assistance. But be specific on what type of roadside assistance you need.
Got you. And can they get us put in Google C&J trucking and it'll
C&J Towing in Google. And we'll pop right up in the Raleigh area. We don't have Google set up in the Charlotte area yet, but that number works just fine. And you can actually call or text. So, yeah, just hit us up. We got you.
Call or text C&J Towing.
984-244-0240.
You dig me? Yeah. So, yeah, man, that was super dope. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Let us know what you think. So until next time, hold it down. Don't let it hold you. Peace.
The Highest Point Podcast.
More than a pod, it's a lifestyle.